Thanks for coming over. This is Amodeus, and today's video is about Elune. And it's a special announcement for Elune. So hold on, before you click off the video, I need to talk to you for a second. This game is amazing. It's got my AA recommendation. But let me tell you, you got 2 days to really maximize being a new player in this game. Because in 2 days, the global launch rewards go away, right? So today or tomorrow, by August 3rd, you got to do this, guys. You got to download the game, play through the first couple of levels. Literally, it takes 5 minutes if you just want to skip. I don't recommend it because the storyline is lit. I love it. But if that's not your thing and you just want to see what you get champion-wise, cool. Go ahead and play through, look at the tutorial, do some skip on the cutscenes, although the graphics and the art is amazing and a lot of effort was put into it. But hey, I know it's not for everybody. But if you want to skip through that, cool. Play through floor 1-2. At floor 1-2, you get 11 summons when you collect them from your mailbox. So right up here is your mailbox. Everybody's pretty familiar with mailbox. I'm going to claim all that stuff. Give me all that stuff. And this is exactly what you should do. You just hit claim all. When you do that, it's going to give you 11 summons as part of the global launch rewards. And then you just click on summon. And it's gonna have a 10+1 event summon, but it's gonna say free. When you hit that, it's gonna summon all at once 11 champions. Okay? If when you summon you see yellow or gold, that means you're gonna get a legendary, right? That legendary is gonna be a 5-star, amazing character. It's gonna be one of the best characters in its class, right? That's what you're going to get. If you don't get that, leave, delete, restart, go through the whole process again, play through 1-2, do it again. Do it again until you get at least one legendary. I did it, and I played through. I did the 10+1 event summon, and I got the character I was looking for. Now, the character I was looking for was Fahrenheit. He's a tank. He's legendary. He's great. He's a guy all in armor that I'll show you here in a second. But then on the left-hand side, you have these one-ofs. And there were a couple in there, so I went ahead and I hit those. And I got another legendary. I got Balder. And Balder's a legendary DPS. He's amazing too. And both of those guys in 1-2 actually come. So it was these two. This is Balder. Awesome. Awesome DPS unit. I love this guy. Love this guy. Just, we'll talk about him on a different video, but I love that guy. And Fahrenheit, love this guy. Oh, so good. Now, I will tell you, over here, right next to level 60 Fahrenheit, there's a little icon. It's really important to pay attention to that for tip number 2, so keep that in mind. If you don't get a legendary in that first package of summons, I'm real serious. Just delete, start over. Now what you're going to do is, with whatever legendaries you get from 1-2, you're going to play through 1-5. So it's great because the tutorial really does kind of cover all of the nuances of the game. It's an amazing tutorial. But when you get to level 1-5 and you beat it, you're going to get another pack of summons. And if we actually look at my account, let's go to summons. When you get summons, you're gonna get one of these select summons, right? This is actually, I was on the wrong screen before. This is the screen you go to. So you get a select summon. So let me show you what actually happens is you get 30 chances to re-roll the champions in this pack. So if we look at select summons, so this is after you do your select summons, you get access to being able to pay for them. So we're not doing that just yet. It's an amazing game, but we're not doing that just yet. So what I'll tell you is that down here in the left-hand side, see where it says re-roll all, and it says 29 of 30? You have the ability to re-roll this summoning pack 30 times. And you get it for free at 1-5, right? Now, when you're re-rolling, you can re-roll, and we'll go ahead and I would love to keep Freya, but we'll stop. Okay, so see this? It's all purple. It's not good. There's no legendaries. So instead of re-rolling immediately, this is what we want to do. We want to read the screen and listen to the instructions, because the instructions say, hey, I can re-roll this champion. I select it. I'm going to re-roll it. there's a chance it's going to go to legendary when I do that. And I can do that 3 times on any of these discs. I'm going to do it again. Nope. Oh, it went from a rare to an epic. Boom, just like that. And then we'll just go ahead and say open all now. Oh, hey, Reina. She's a great champion. I want this champion. I'm dead serious. Like right now, I want her. She's a great champion. However, I am not going to keep this reroll because there's no legendaries in it. And I get 30 chances to get a legendary. So let's get past that. We're gonna reroll again. Yeah, we're gonna reroll. And this is what you're doing. You're literally no epics. So we're gonna have to do it again. But first, we gotta do this one quick, go through the 3 real quick. Now if I got a legendary through this pack on 1-5, they aren't going to be legendary nat 5 stars like they were in 1-2. They're going to be legendary nat 3s because you got to work a little bit harder to get some of these champions. I have him. Great champion. Once again, I'm going to not choose the epic. I'm going to choose one of these blue rares and I'm going to try and re-roll it. Maybe it'll give me an epic when I do that. I've had that happen before when I was doing my initial re-rolls where it became epic. Oh, boo. Okay. Oh, no, it went to epic. It's this game. Oh, man. But once again, it's not legendary, so we're moving on. And this is what you want to do. You want to go through all 30 packs, right? And you want to do that. And if you don't get a legendary, reroll. And then do all of your ones for 1-2, and then do all your ones for 1-5. And after you're doing those, if you want to spend $30 and do it again, great. That's not where I'm at, right? Because I have so many champions that are good, in my personal opinion, just from the game itself of playing through, that I need to level up, that I just don't have the resources to summon a bunch of other champions right now. And when I say that, that leads us into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is really, really important. And it's all about having the right elunes. Let's go ahead and open all of these. Oh, she's a great healer. Just a great healer. Let's leave. I don't want to talk about this because this is a great example of what's necessary when you're doing all of these rerolls. So let's look at your team. So right now, free-to-play players should really think about this. You should think about having one champion from each one of the classes, right? Have one champion from each one of the classes. And that's, once again, we talked about this over here in this this corner. When you pull a champion, right, that little symbol, like this one looks like a feather or something, that's the class, right? So what you really want to look for is you want to look for a tank. They're the guys with the blue shields. See, little dude with the, and he's a great champion with the little blue shields. That's a tank. Cross swords are DPS. You see how that's kind of working out for us. I will tell you that getting one of each of those is super, super important because the resources are really limited. So if you click on evolve, you can see like, oh, it takes a little bit of this and a little bit of that to get him to the next level. Well, if you have two champions that are the same, like they're two tanks that you're trying to build up, well, they're both fighting for those very limited resources. So what you want to do is make sure you have the right elunes, right? And really that just means having a legendary or epic of each one of the classes. And if you want to know about those classes and you want to learn a little bit more about the elunes, you can jump right in here and you can just pick the index, and it's like a lot of other games, it has everybody, right? It kind of walks you through all the different champions. Like I just got Wei Wei. She's like arguably the best healer. By the way, she's free. Yeah. Legendary 5-star healer for free after you complete a week's worth of missions. If you're grinding it out, right? You gotta actually complete 100 hard missions to really do that. Now, I will tell you, I'm fortunate that I didn't get any healers that were legendary, because at this point I one, I wouldn't be able to build her. Two, because I would have used up all the resources. But two, if I had invested all that money, now who am I going to put on my team? Right? I'm going to have to double up. And you want one and only one elude from each category. Like I said, resources to evolve and level up elunes is pretty scarce. So for the best progression, the fastest, the key is not to have elunes doing the same job early on. Now, this means synergy of elunes, legendary or otherwise, is huge, man. So a huge mistake for me was doubling up on some of the elunes when I was doing rerolling, right? So you don't want 2 tanks or 2 DPS. I ended up getting 2 legendary DPS units, but I was okay with it. Because one, I wasn't sure I was going to like the game, and two, I was super tired of re-rolling. Like I said, I re-rolled for hours, and I came out of it with 3 legendaries. So I'll tell you, like, don't do that. Definitely try to go for, in your re-rolls, a legendary from separate classes, right? Because those resources are so scarce. All right, now, the next tip. The next tip is really, really important from progression, in my personal opinion, in order to get Weiwei, right? Weiwei is only available when you complete 100 of these little quests. As you can see, I'm clicking in the bottom right hand corner the difficulty of the map. So this is the very first map. As you can see, it's 1-1. If I hit that little button down here, it switches it over to hard mode. In hard mode, you have these quests. You need to complete 100 of these individual quests, not the runs for the quests themselves. So you gotta go through each of these. So my recommendation is, when you are playing through this game, the moment that you complete the normal mode, instead of moving to the next level, stop. Click hard, and now play through it again. Get through this so that you can open up some of those quests. If you do that and you're grinding pretty religiously, you're going to get a couple of things out of it, right? You get, first of all, you get a legendary healer when you complete 100 of the hard quests, which is amazing. And you can only complete those quests once every 8 hours, right? And then they reset. So having as many open as possible will net you faster progression, obviously. And with legendary champions from your rerolls, it's going to be a little bit easier. So you can already say, like, hey, I may want to look at different roles where I can get legendaries, right? Instead of I'm going to get a debuffer, a healer, and a DPS. I can go, I'm going to get a tank, a DPS, a debuffer, and then I'm going to get Weiwei, which is a legendary healer, when I complete the 100 normal quests. So you can look at it that way, and that gives you the chance to really optimize your team, because Weiwei's super legit. Really, really great. And I'll do a video about her now that I got her and I'm leveling her up and playing. She's so sick. But it'll also, the whole point is of doing these quests early on, is it'll give you the opportunity to get comfortable with this, right? So in case you didn't see that, what I did was I just clicked on the quest, boom, and then I said, here's the team. It is what it is. Actually, I said it is what it is, like, all confident, but then I realized it's messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit repeat battle, and we talked a little bit about this functionality in the initial video, the Let's Play, but now I can look at this and say, okay, I am going to stop this when my people reach max level. I'm going to stop it if it fails, or I'm going to stop it when the Pirate Darkture is detected. So the Pirate Darkture we'll talk about at a different time. It's cool, but I mean, it's not relevant right now. The whole point of doing the hard stuff really just kind of gets you comfortable with how the game works, right? Because you've already completed the normal. You don't have to worry about getting through the storyline. You can actually just go and do these quests and say, like, oh, okay, well, this is how the team works, the synergy, the composition, like, how effective is it? Because early on, you're not farming and grinding like fodder, right? Like, I'm farming fodder right now. You're seeing how your team actually works, like who goes first, who goes second, how does the AI work? It's going to make you a lot more comfortable. And hard mode on the first level is obviously very forgiving. So you're going to be able to work your way towards getting that legendary healer Weiwei. Plus, you're going to get comfortable with the controls of the game. And as things pop up, like debuffs or whatever, you can like start to do your research there, right? You can start to get a little bit more comfortable with the game, and I think that's key, right? Because I think comfort leads to confidence, and confidence leads to expertise. So from my standpoint, that's a huge tip to help everybody out with, because see, now you see it's going to repeat, and you don't have to do anything. It's just going to do it on its own, right? And then it's just going to go through, and now you're looking at your team. Now you're starting to understand your team a little bit. It's taking care of all the logistics on the back end, and you're just watching to see, like, how does this team work? What's the team order, right? Because there's so many aspects to making a good team from a synergy standpoint in this game. And we're talking about tips I haven't even begun to contemplate, right? Because at some point we should be talking about like attack speed and attack buffs, and you know, how does it apply, and you know, who's got the highest base attack speed, because we want that person to go. Like, all that stuff, that comes later, man. Just enjoy the game right now. Get a little bit comfortable with the basic mechanics. So hopefully after watching this video, looking at the links in the description, you're going to be able to start this game off with at least a couple of legendaries, ready to really knock it out and enjoy this game, hopefully as much as I am, without making the same mistakes I did. As always, thanks for watching the videos. I hope you have a great day.